As part of our series on rising powers in the global south, we turn now to Indonesia. Greg, how do Indonesians see their place in the world?
I think Indonesians recognize that being the fourth largest country on earth, the third largest democracy, gives them a weight, a heft, a role to play, but one that is still being felt out.
They've used that phrase, rowing between two reefs. What does that mean?
This goes all the way back to the founding father of modern Indonesia, Sukarno. It's the idea that Indonesia cannot pick sides, but it's not a term that means neutrality. That gets thrown out there too often. It's about Indonesia maintaining its own agency.
What's happened to the U.S.-Indonesia relationship when U.S.-China competition has been rising in Southeast Asia?
Both the U.S. and China play for a bigger part of the market, bigger part of the strategic relationship with Indonesia, and Indonesia has been smart enough to try to take advantage of that, to play to both sides, as it always has. That's what rowing between two reefs means.
Does Indonesia look for American protection against Chinese expansion in Southeast Asia, or is it really looking for opportunities to be attractive to everybody?
There is often a distrust of Chinese intentions, but it's not seen as an overt military threat. On the economic front, Indonesians tend to be very happy with engagement by both the U.S. and China, although they want it on their own terms, and that can be frustrating to both Washington and to Beijing.
When President Trump moved forward with a Hamas deal to help end the fighting in Gaza, there were some meetings in the UN, and Indonesia was present in those meetings, in some ways blessing this plan to end the war. Did that surprise you at all?
It's not surprising. Indonesia has never tried to play as active a role in the Middle East as, say, Malaysia, its neighbor, has. It has always tried to maintain a degree of balance between the West and others. So, for instance, Indonesia does not have a Hamas representative office the way that neighboring Malaysia does. That means that it is more likely to be seen as a balanced player, a fair player by the West. But at the same time, it has played a very active role in terms of civil society organizations. So Indonesia was well positioned to be one of those states that I think both the Middle East and the West would look to help put its imprimatur on this, to give it a degree of international legitimacy.